Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. So as you saw last trip report, we were back in Tucson for a week over Christmas break, and one of those days we went up to Marana to see Marana Pinal Airpark, and my mom said let's make a day trip out of it and go see the Rooster Cogburn Ostrich farm as well. So let's start with Pinal Airpark, as we mostly here are aviation lovers. After about a 1 hour drive, we arrived up there. Now, a thing I'd like to point out before we get to the video, not much photography was allowed on the tour, so I'm mostly going to actually take you through like my accounts of what happened using Google Earth. But the parts I got pictures of, I took advantage of. It was an awesome experience. So let's get to it. Marana Pinal Airpark is in the middle of Tucson, Phoenix, more towards Tucson, as it is a suburb of Tucson. Marana is, and so basically, it's just a mile or so off of I-10, as you can see here. And I thought a cool thing, as you're going into the airpark from off the interstate, my mouse was having an issue there. I'm going to put the street view on. You got to see a 747 just right here that is scrapped, and it's basically preview of what's to come, as you can see all that from down there and from the interstate too as well. The planes are tall. Let's put it here. So as we go on to the airpark, the tour started. We met one of the head guys there, in the county building somewhere over there, and then he took us in an airport vehicle through these. You got to just basically around the airport on the ramp, actually. There were Delta 777s and 747s, two retired planes from the airline. There were, let's see, Norwegian 737 MAX 8s, a lot of them over here and there was also the Boeing Dreamlifter around there. Saw WestJet, some flares. Air Canada Rogue 767 over there, but there were a lot of planes. And he even pointed out that right there, the Spirits, those are gone actually. Those were taken during the pandemic when they had to store a bunch of planes. And so we actually got to stop. This was the only area I got to take photos, was in the middle here. So we got to come out of the van and take a walk around in the middle of the ramp. This company let us take pictures, this restoration company let us take pictures of the planes here. They were all 747s. There was a former TWA. There was also two former ANAs. And yeah, it was really cool. And the lighting was awesome, as you see. It was a beautiful day out in the mid-60s. Which I know people in Arizona are going to say that's cold, but it was really nice out there. And in the next shot, I'll be able to see, you can see an engine here. This was really cool to get up close to. And the tour continued around. There was even a Cessna that came in, and that was cool. We were right under it as it landed right here. It is a civilian airport too, as well. And yeah, we basically kept going, and this was the big no-no part to take a picture. This is the actual military area. Apparently a C-17 was supposed to be down there last week at the airpark with training stuff, but I have never ever seen so many Black Hawk helicopters in this area. Like, that was crazy, and they weren't there for scrapping. And yeah, we basically continued our loop. AHA Air E-135 was being stored there because the airline's bankrupt. And basically the last thing to point out was this area, a bunch of American E-145s in the retro and the current liveries. We were able to go around and take pictures through the fence yeah, nothing on the ramp, as the airlines, they don't want you seeing, well, how torn up the planes are and give you bad feelings. But that isn't the case that we think, but I was thinking of, but honestly, I can see some people thinking that. So that was the Pinal Airpark.
So we actually did take a drive down to get a better look at the E145s and E135s. All for American Eagle in the retro and old liveries. Yeah, this was really cool to see. And like this one was an E135, and I'm posting a lot of these on my Insta, so make sure to go follow. But yeah, it was an awesome trip. It was an awesome day trip here to Marana. And yeah, there's a quick glimpse at those 777 and 747s. Great trip, but it's not done yet. And here's some video of that 747 fuselage that I was talking about earlier.
After a good brunch at the Bisbee Breakfast Club, awesome breakfast items of all kinds. The pancakes were really good. Chorizo rancheros and omelets and stuff were also good. Bisbee is over here, but they have locations around the Tucson area and in Marana. So the next place we went to was the airpark was right there. We went to the Rooster Cogburn Ostrich farm to feed some animals.
Now, this was part of the deal made with my mom. She said if we go to Pinal Airpark, we have to come up here and come see this ostrich farm. Now, it wasn't just ostriches we fed. It was basically a feeding farm. I like this better than a petting zoo. You could feed deer, and there were parakeets with stick of birdseed. And there were other cool ways to feed other animals, like this contraption with goats.
So you load up the feed, and the goat's up there.
Pretty cool.
And each one says, like right there, it says feed pellets.
It gets dropped.
Now, those
there.
goats actually wanted to be high up in elevation, but come to this picture to the right of that, there were some other goats, and basically it was a kissing booth type thing. You could just feed them by hand, or you could put one in your lips and try to feed them that way. And here's me trying that. And now here's the main attraction, the ostriches. You could feed them by hand and risk getting pecked, or you could put them into bowls that you'll see coming up on the side right there. And even if you're going to use the bowls, you have to be very quick to throw the feed in. My sister tried to do that and she got her hand pecked. But a note that you learned today is that ostriches are mean. Moving on, there were also some bunnies and some sheep to feed. Last thing you do is you feed some birds some nectar. You get a jar, they'll pop it off, and they can also sit on your shoulder and on your hand and try to argue over all the nectar. They actually popped the cap off, which was cool. And that was my day in Marana, Arizona. It was great to get out of Tucson, explore a little bit. Pinal Airpark is an awesome treat for aviation enthusiasts. And also the ostrich farm, a great pit stop between Tucson and Phoenix if you're looking for something to do. And that was the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more aviation content. And also go follow my Instagram, and we'll see you next time.